Hi everyone, it's me, Amy. It's almost 2 a.m. in the morning. I already went to bed earlier and slept for a few hours, and I'm up. And so, there's a few things that have been kind of bothering me lately, and I wanted to share them with you because I find it quite interesting. I've been given a lot of thought to these different subjects, which is basically, well, there's a lot of subjects, I guess first I want to start off by telling you, I started couponing in August of last year out of necessity when, my income level had dropped and I had to find ways to save money for me and my boys. We just moved here to Nashville, Tennessee, and I found myself kind of in a corner, so I thought I would coupon. Well, of course I didn't do it right at all in the beginning, and it wasn't until probably November that it started really dawning on me through research that I was doing that I wasn't doing it right. And so anyway, so I watched the YouTube videos and I read the blogs and learned as much as I could and discovered what real couponing was and how much money it could save you and what it meant, what stockpiling was, and things like that. I wouldn't consider myself a total expert at this time, but I think I do pretty good with, 50 to 75% savings, on my grocery trips and in Walgreens and Rite Aid and CVS. Pretty good, I think. Got my twin sister into it, which, hey Sandra, go girl, I'm proud of you. I think she's more into it than I am, and I'm pretty into it. And I do spend probably more time than normal. I have actually 3 binders now, which is one store binder, one is all the perishables, the foods. I have one non-food binder, and then I have a actual binder that is just for each and every store is in it. So I'm really trying to narrow it down to where I can just take the one binder out of the car and leave the other 2 in the car, because people do look at you quite funny when you have 3 full-size binders in your shopping cart that take up more room than the food does. So anyways, been brought to my attention in the last few weeks or so, months, that, these coupon blogs that we have, I thought would be a place for support and a place for, couponers with the like idea to get together and kind of discuss things that were on the top of their heads, about couponing and maybe even their own personal experiences, and they could brag about it and all that. And basically, I was really disappointed because what I found is that the blogs are really just a place for you to criticize everyone else that coupons. Everyone has their opinion, and I have my opinion, and my opinion is you can do whatever you want. Issues that I have found that have been very strange, because first of all, I want to say that, nobody else cares about our issues couponing but us. I mean, really, honestly, we are not the beginning and the end of this world. The store managers, they really don't care if you take the peelies. They may have an opinion about it, and believe me, I've talked to a few of them. I mean, I actually talk to the store managers and actually try to ask them questions about all the issues, and they're all, most of them are very nice. Walmart, stay away from. I've given up on Walmart. I don't care how much I've tried to talk to those people. I've decided they're coupon haters, and you might as well just accept that fact. I've yet to find a Walmart that has been nice. But for Kroger and Walgreens and CVS and all, they've all been very, and Target even. Target, I haven't had the problems that others have had, but I can understand there have been problems at Target. But, those people that are not couponers, and I call them those people, that don't know how to save money, most of them don't give a rat's, as they say, excuse my language, I'm sorry, rat's ass about what we do. Whether we take every peely off of every product, whether we take every tear pad out of the store, they really, they're going to look at us sideways anyways, for whatever reason that they have. And I think the reason why they do it is that they don't know how to save money. They don't want to waste their time doing it. They think it's a waste. We think it's a benefit. We think that we're getting paid, which to us we are. To them, we're not. To them, we just hold up the line and whatever. So the right idea about that to me is, one reason why I know I keep promoting Kroger's, because I'm telling you, they're a great store, at least here in Nashville, Tennessee, on Owensville Road. The best ever. When I go on the line, I hand her the stack. There may be one or two issues, and that's fine, but they're not rude, and there's nothing worse than when you get that cashier that she looks at that coupon, and I don't even know if she's actually reading the damn thing, tell you the truth, excuse my language again, but she'll read that coupon. She doesn't look at the receipt to make sure I have the product. She doesn't look in the bag to make sure I have the product, but she'll sit there or stand there for about 2 seconds, and she looks at the next one. And I'm looking at her going, if you actually look like you were actually, unless you have a photographic memory, I don't know how you would know out of the 150 things that are in my cart whether that coupon was used when all you're doing is staring at it. So I don't know if she's trying to look like she's doing something or what. But anyways, that's sidetracked. The blogs, again, I think that maybe some people need to reorient on the fact that those blogs are really for encouragement, I hope, and for encouraging people to continue to use coupons, not to tear them down to the point that they don't want to use coupons. I may have an opinion about the peelies and the tear pads different from you, okay? I may only take 1 or 2 tear pad little thingies. I may not believe in taking a peely off a product. Then again, I might be just in that mood that day at that store where, I see a $3 off Excedrin and my head's hurting. You know what? And I think I need all those freaking peelies off those products because I'm going to buy every freaking bottle as soon as they go on sale because I'm going to need them. Because I'm getting freaking heck of a headache from all these people yapping at me about the coupons. So I'll just take every peely there is just to take them. Just saying. Not saying I've ever actually done it, but I could do it, so you never know. As for cashiers, before we get into cashiers, coupon etiquette, another thing to do with this, I hear the coupon etiquette all the time. I see it on the blogs, and on these videos, we're supposed to have this etiquette. Don't clear the shelves. Okay, if I was paying cash, then I could clear the shelf. Because they always call it coupon etiquette, not, social etiquette, not shopping etiquette. It is coupon etiquette, which implies to me that even though we preach to everyone around us that coupons are money, and they're just as good as money, and the store should be, the cashier and everybody should be nice about accepting the coupons because it's just like money. Then you hear the coupon etiquette. Don't clear the shelves. Okay? If I use coupons, I'm not allowed to clear the shelf, but if I use cash, I can. The managers that I've spoken to and asked them their opinion about clearing the shelves, their response has been, now I'm talking about Target and Kroger and Harris Teeter and H-E-B and all the big stores, not the drug stores, but right now we're talking about the grocery stores. Their response to me across the board has been, that's why the product's there. We don't care whether you pay cash or use coupons. You could walk out just paying the tax. That product is there to be moved. And if moving it is one person coming in and deciding they want all of a specific item off that shelf, not only can you clear that shelf, but you can go and ask them if they have any more in the back. Now there are some stores, now I'm gonna go against that and say that when I did speak to the Food Lion, I forgot about that. When I spoke to Food Lion, she does prefer that you don't clear her shelves only because they're not a really big store. And so she only gets her shipment in once a week, so the couponers that come in there at the Food Lions, especially if it's a small Food Lion, she's more than willing to fill your order, and God, she is at least here in Nashville, Tennessee, is like the greatest in the world also, right up there with Kroger. She prefers that you call in, but I've never cleared her shelves even when I haven't called in, so she's always had plenty of product on her shelves. So I'll say that almost all of them don't care. I mean, because that's what they're there for, and they usually have more in the back. And if not, Kroger, I think, gets 2 shipments a week, I believe. I hope I'm not wrong, Mr. Brown. If I am, I apologize. But I do believe you get 2. So clearing shelves to me is just an insult when they talk about coupon etiquette, because if you want to talk about etiquette, I could talk a lot about etiquette. Etiquette would be really good if people signaled in Nashville, Tennessee before they made a turn. It would be really nice if the cashiers would say, "Hi, how are you? How may I help you today? Did you find everything okay?" That would be good etiquette. Good etiquette would be when someone bumped into you in line, they said, "Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to do that." It would be nice if people didn't look down on you because you had coupons, when you were checking out. It would be good etiquette if people didn't make snide little comments because you used coupons, or because you got, 5 razors in your cart over at Walgreens because they're on sale. And that gets me to Walgreens and to CVS and all. Clearing shelves there is a little bit different than clearing shelves over in the grocery store. I don't know why everybody's so upset about that one. You know what? I don't go shopping. In case you haven't noticed, if you look at my videos, you will see that most of my shopping trips to CVS and Walgreens and Rite Aid, the few that I've made together too, because Walgreens is my main one, I only go there at the end of the week. Because you know what? That rain check that I get, if that razor is $10 and there's a $4 register reward, and they're out of them, and I have to get a rain check for them, Walgreens gives you an unlimited rain check. And not only that, since they can't give you the register reward for the rain check, they just reduce the price down. So I get register rewards for $6, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. So I get a $6, $5.99 rain check for the razors, so that the next time they go on sale and I still have the $4 coupon for that razor, okay, figure it out. I don't need a register reward for it then. To me, rain checks are great. I love rain checks, especially from Walgreens and CVS. We really just need to learn to support each other. So that's really going to be the end of my little rant on that. Now I've got another little thing. Excuse me, this allergy season's killing me. Okay. How do you know when you're an extreme couponist? You are an extreme couponist if you panic when you can't find that $3 off coupon that has just gone on sale with that product that makes it free. A good example would be that Gain fabric softener that just went on sale. Well, it was $1.89 regular, and then we have $3 coupons. I panicked. I couldn't find mine. I did find them. And not only that, did you rejoice when you found it and call your coupon buddy or your best friend and bore them with the details? Yep, I did that one too. Do you watch the person in front of you spend too much money and watch them take that Catalina that was handed to them by the register, and you just sigh because you know they're going to throw it away, and you'd love to tap them on the shoulder and go, "Look, instead of sticking that in the bottom of your purse, why don't you just hand it to me, because you have no idea what it's for." They really don't. And it's just like, oh, you just know that's money down the drain. That you leave your binder purse in the car, and you pray that if someone breaks into it that they won't take it thinking that it's an actual purse, and you hope they know that it's just your coupons in there, because you don't want to lose that. God help us if we lost our coupon binders. I know I would just freak out. When someone in the store actually makes a positive comment about your binder or about you using coupons, and you find that you can go on for 40 minutes before you realize that you were giving them way too much information that they don't want. Okay, I mean, you can even tell them what's in their cart and how many coupons you have for each one of those items in their cart. If you walk in the door of your stores, more than one store, and the first thing you hear is, "Here's the coupon person, here's the coupon lady, here's the coupon queen, here she is," and then at checkout, you find you have a large group of people watching you. Are you disappointed that Sunday's paper has only 3 good coupons, and that you go into a long depression because of it? And going out of checkout, and you have no problems at all, and it's actually a good checkout day, and you are so thrilled that you want to go celebrate. If you meet any one of those criterias, Besides carrying the binders, which is a major indication, you are a coupon extremist. Bye.